Hi there, Self-Love Synergy. I'm out for a walk, but it's starting to rain. So I tried to do a couple videos, but I wasn't happy with too many of them. But maybe I can do one quickly while I'm kind of hurrying back to my car while it's raining. And maybe it won't rain for too long. But hey, isn't it beautiful? The rain. Oh, it's keeping it cool. Oh, I'm loving it. Look at my shoes. I got some new shoes. Did you see them? I don't know. Nice. Oops, sorry. Those are my gold slippers. You know, I thought I was gonna go on a date with a gentleman, and I bought some gold slippers because I was trying to act like Cinderella. And I thought maybe, I knew I wasn't, but I had this little thought. Maybe I'll leave one of the slippers in the car so that he can say, "You dropped your slipper. I have to come back and give it to you." And then I'll say, "Oh, let me try it on and see if it fits, if it's really mine." That would have been silly, but it would have been fun too. I want to have more fun in life, I'm starting to really enjoy being single, There's nothing wrong with it. Actually, it doesn't feel so bad at all. But yeah, that's the thing too, is the dating apps. My goodness. Ladies, are you having the same problem as me, where it seems that men just want to jump your bones, want to eat you up, I don't know what they want to do, but they don't want to romance you. They want to do all kinds of other things. And yeah, this sexual energy, it is something else. I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and we were talking about that. And I made a connection. I remember when I was younger, and I was dating, because, the last relationship I had was like 25 years. And so I haven't really been on a date or was in the dating scene since the year 2000, and this is 2025. And so, but I do remember when I was dating, I ran into the same kind of problem where the men, they didn't like to hear the word no. And at that time, I was younger, I was scared, I didn't have boundaries. I was nice. I was in that nice phase because I was trying to get people approval, people to like me, and all that stuff. But it was scary for me. And sorry, I'm just gonna put my glasses on. Oh, they're all wet. Maybe not. So what was I saying? Yeah, in the younger years, it was pretty scary. That Me Too movement, that's for real. Like back in the 90s and 80s, parts of the 80s, these men, they did not like to hear no. They wouldn't have no. I'd be like, no, come on, baby. Like, damn. And then, the beast in me would come out. And yeah. Anyway, so not really the beast, but yeah, the beast. Like I'm saying no, all of a sudden, swear words and everything would come out my mouth, and yeah, then they wouldn't bother me after that. But what I realized was there really is something called divine feminine energy. And it has been suppressed because when you look at the Christian religion, you look at anything, even in life, when the women had to be like the man's helper, when marriage, the man practically owns the woman in marriage. Women were always second class, put down. But we have to recognize that there is a divine feminine energy, and this energy is sexy. This energy is beautiful. This energy is nourishing. This energy is mama. Mama. Look at me, I'm sorry, mama. Because I just remembered something where a gentleman said, the man came from the womb and, spends his whole life trying to get back in. It's that good. The womb is home, baby. And we got that energy up in us. Divine all women and men. Men got divine feminine energy up in them, but you know, it's very noticeable in a woman because of all of our curves. Look at all the curves and, you know, the voluptuousness, the glow. You know, we got it going on. So I'm thinking, ladies, we've got to really level up in that energy. We've got to understand we can utilize that energy. We just have to know boundaries. We got to have boundaries. We got to have strength. You know, the last video I did was on nice versus kindness, and I've come to understand there's a lot of strength in kindness. Actually, oh, it's not really raining that much anymore, so I'm just gonna go over there, sit down. But oopsie, I'm going to take my little my little gold slippers off so that I can have a little grounding going on where your feet are in the ground. Yeah, have you heard about that? If you put your feet on the ground, then you can kind of recalibrate, you know, your energy. You can get the energy from the earth, Mama Earth, divine. Look at me. I'm getting me some divine energy going on. Woo! Maybe I'll get even more sexier just by having my feet on the ground. Imagine that. Anyway, we'll talk about that in another video. But yeah, this divine energy, we have got to get hold of it. We've got to get an understanding of it. We got to know that it's here, and so that we can work it properly. Because if we don't, these men out here are gonna go, they're going nuts. They're going nuts in their sexuality because they want it so badly. We gotta, you know, really talk about this. I know there's a lot of videos on divine feminine energy, and they're good videos. They're very good videos. And I want to get into that. I'm going to speak on divine energy in my way, because I don't think that we should be using it to get the bag or get the man or anything like that. We have to use it for ourselves, you know, because it works. Like divine masculine and divine feminine. I may even speak on divine masculine because I think I'm figuring that out a little bit. But each energy, when they come together and work as one, that's God. And it also, when you think of it, come on now, divine masculine, divine feminine, or masculine and feminine coming together as one, that could be marriage, or that could be sex. It could be sexual energy. So that's what we're talking about here, sexual energy. And if women don't know how to keep that sexual energy and utilize it for themselves, because that sexual energy, since I said divine creator, sexual energy becomes creative energy when you keep it within yourself, when you use it on yourself. It's also a creative energy when you're having, you know, relations with another person. But that's the thing. That's what we have to, ladies, this is what we have to understand. We don't have to go and have sex with men to make them like us. If that's what they want and they don't want to know us or romanticize, you know, be romantic with us and treat us like we're ladies and appreciate us and show us that they can see our worth and appreciate our worth, we don't have to sleep with them. We don't have to sleep with them in order to get that. That's like that niceness, that people pleasing. It's part of people pleasing. You do not have to please a man to get him to love you. Not that way. What you have to do is be a divine feminine flow. And that's something, because when I was talking about the niceness and the kindness, I really do believe that kindness is powerful. You can negotiate through kindness 2 extremes and reach a decision, you know, where there won't be a war. You could do it through kindness. This is what happened. I was watching this other video where he was a preacher. I think his name was Charles Stanley, or Stanley Charles, but I think it's Dr. Charles Stanley. And he was talking about, he said the word kindness. He said something in that video where he said, when the Holy Spirit is working through you in the way that God intends for it to work through you, kindness comes up. And when he said that, and that was after I already realized that kindness is strength, I was like, ooh. It made me think of the fruits of the Spirit, where it's kindness, goodness, joy, love, compassion, patience, something else. I'll check it later. But so I'm thinking, well, if kindness pops up with, through the Holy Spirit working through God's intention, so will all these other fruits of the Spirit will come up. So what we have to do is take this sexual energy for women, the divine feminine energy. We have to bring it into ourselves, like, beautify yourself, like feel sexy, look sexy, sensual, all of that. That's when you're giving that energy to you, and you're creating your look, your vision, how you speak. That's another thing. Softness is part of divine feminine. Receiving is part of divine feminine. So you use all of it, and you come into a way where you speak with kindness, and you do show goodness and patience and compassion and love and joy and all of that coming from a vibrant, glowing woman. Are you kidding me? These men are going to be bowing down on their knees for us. Your wish is my command kind of thing, Yeah, that's what we got to do. We don't got to do that in order to make them like us. We got to take that energy in, create with it, and then also use that energy to also create abundance and well-being and prosperity for ourselves. Like when you beautify, this is what I understand about beautifying. Like when I was getting ready for that date before I canceled it, I said, oh my goodness, I got to get my womb all good, just because, so that I can have this sensuality, coming off of me. I wanted to be sensual, of course, but with boundaries. I didn't want to sleep with anyone, but I knew that pineapples are really good for woman reproductive system, and to get the glow on, that vitamin C. So I was making a pineapple, mango, banana smoothie every day. I was, I started, moisturizing myself every night with my own homemade, butters and oils. And I was starting to feel so sick. I mean, look at me. I'm out here walking down the street looking like $1,000,000. All right. Just because I got a little into my sensual, sexual, divine feminine energy. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. It's what the world needs. More of that and less war. Make love and not war. So I'm calling on you ladies out there to say, it's time. It's time to rediscover ourselves. It's time to know that we are the main character in our life. We have the ability to create, be, and do anything that we want. We don't need a man to validate us. We don't need a man for anything other than to love us, And yeah, once we can do that, there's not going to be a problem with men acting with like they have more manners than what they do, acting more gentlemanly, acting more chivalry. I mean, this toxic masculine just nastiness, oh, I don't like it. But other people do, and if you do like it, then, because it is living one vibrational energy with all. So, I ain't gonna judge if people do want to be sexy the first date. I mean, if that's what they, their cup of tea, that's their cup of tea. That's why when the gentlemen do approach me like that, I'm not rude to them or anything. I just tell them that I'm not looking for that, I'm looking for a man who's mature and has integrity, honest, want to commit to someone. Or, just get to know someone, get to know them before actually doing something like that. And they agree. They're okay. They're sad some of the time, like, oh, come on. No, no. But they get over it. And I'm sure that maybe, with their luck, they may find one that'll go for that kind of thing. But yeah, I just had to speak on that today, just to remind the ladies that don't take anything personal if you have any rejection or if you lose the love of your life. And this is not only for the divine feminine, for ladies, it's also for men, because men, you have divine masculine energy in you, and I will try to do a video on that. I just don't know too much about the divine masculine energy, but I will give you my opinion. My opinion, I think a divine masculine must be a gentleman sexy too, got himself together, successful, family man, just knows how to treat a woman. Yeah. And it doesn't mean, I'm looking for a man with a whole lot of money to spend it on me. I mean, someone who can appreciate me. I'm the money. Instead of us trying to, this, where they're telling the women to go out there and get the bag. I'm the bag. I am the bag. I am the money. Like, for real. And so it's the man, and so what we have to do is appreciate one another. We don't got to spend money on each other unless, that's what we feel like to do for an occasion, just to be cute, and to give somebody a gift, but not because we're trying to win their love over, but because we appreciate their love and we appreciate that person. Yeah, it's possible. It is very possible. And I'm going to help to make that happen, because this world, we need the real love up in here. We need divine love. It'll be so beautiful, so loving, so... I can't wait. I can't wait till, more of us begin to wake up to this. And it's not where we're waking up into our egos. It's where we are evolving from our ego into our ally, where we can actually have self-worth, confidence, belief, all of that in ourselves, and we can still be loving to all others, non-judgmental, and helping others to do the same within their life. That's the road that I'd like to take. Okay? So, again, did I apologize for taking so long to come up here? I apologize. It's just some days I go through things, and I'm always trying to figure it out. And then I gotta feel the need to get inspired to do a video. And, well, I guess after I put on these gold shoes and this pretty black dress with my gold purse, you like my purse too? With my gold purse, I felt like, hey, yeah, let me do a video. And I hope that you enjoyed it. And I hope that you come back for more, because I definitely have to put out more. I am behind on this. So, yeah, stay tuned. I'm going to speak more on that divine feminine energy, that sexy stuff. I'm going to inspire women to become more sexier. Oh my goodness, did I mess up my hair? I'm going to inspire women to become more sexier, and men to appreciate that sexy woman in a divine masculine way. And yeah, let's see what we can do, and maybe make this world a more beautiful place. What do you think? Huh? Okay. I will see you again, hopefully soon. And until then, I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful day, because you know why. If you have a wonderful day, guess what? I'm gonna have one too.